Honestly, this world is full of evil, full of things that by the time people start hearing them, you just be surprised. But of course, for those who know that the world is full of evil, will not be too surprised. And that is why a soldier has come, Nigerian soldier has come out to narrate what he experienced following the rape and unjust murder of 100-level student of the University of Benin. A former Nigerian soldier has shared a heart-rending story of how his mother was raped by his colleague in the barracks where he lived, narrating the sad incident via his Twitter handle at Festus NG. The former soldier disclosed that he was still serving in 146 Battalion and his mom had come to pay him a visit in the barracks. According to the former soldier, said a fellow soldier found his way into his house, stabbed his mom and raped her after he left for duty. He said rape is disgusting thing. It's a disgusting thing. When I was a soldier serving in 146 Battalion, my mom visited me, brought food, cooked all sorts of food and served my neighbors. At 6 p.m. I left for my duty. My neighbor broke into the ceiling and gained entrance into my apartment, stabbed my mom twice at the back and raped her. My mom was a mess and almost took her own life. I didn't forgive myself until I left the army. When you plan of raping anyone, you plan to destroy them. Say no to rape, he tweeted. You can imagine. If he has not come out to say all these things, nobody would have known. But of course, I don't think whether maybe his mother will still be alive, but it's a very, very pathetic story. But he didn't even tell us how they went about the whole thing, how they settled the whole thing. But I think the bottom line here is that, when you talk about rape, that it's more than what people think about it, because for you to go into such a thing, that means you just want to destroy the person's life. If this whole thing, I don't know what they must have done by then. They would not just say, oh, maybe the person is having mental disorder or is having mental problem. You can imagine such a thing. His own mother, not his wife. You can imagine how the man really felt. And just like he said, that he couldn't even forgive himself. He couldn't really forgive himself. Someone says here, better as you left the army because you have never been a trained soldier. I will kill an idiot that will point fingers at my mom, not to talk of rape. 146 Battalion Iburutu is where I was recruited into the army about 11 years ago. Believe me, you are a dull soldier. Okay, I think this person should be a soldier as well for him to have responded in that manner. And somebody responded to this comment saying that, what of if the matter is handled by your superior soldiers? What would you do? Someone said, I swear to God Almighty, I will kill anyone that may try that with my mom. Your superior will never give you justice, especially if the suspect is related to a main family. Better said than done. You better redeploy to police. A trained soldier is an asset to his nation and highly disciplined. Pray for it to happen to you, or pray for you not to happen to you. Like somebody who is saying that that man is a weak soldier. Another says here that that is what you see when all odd characters are being recruited in the army as a sectional compensation. And apart from that, even this brings me to what we are having now. You could see that these Eboko people that they are bringing back into army. Then what would you say to that? What would one say to that? That is where we will be seeing a lot of things. Do you think those ones will be so patriotic? They will want to do, they want to willingly, really to say that, oh yes, I'm really working for my nation. I'm working for the country. It's not going to happen. Okay. Another says here that, why are you a soldier? You are trained to kill. So what happened to your friend afterwards? Of course, he's not going to say that. He's just trying to buttress the gravity of this issue of having carnal knowledge of somebody who without the person's consent. And says another says that, and you are here telling us, in fact, you are a weak baby soldier. Oh, fake stories. How will a serving soldier sleep with your mom, not even your wife or sister? Someone says, okay, real fake story, Jerry. So what did you do when you find out the story is incomplete? Wise soldier. if really the story is true, then what did you do to that your so-called colleague? I think people are digressing. The man is not even ready to even, he has just made his point, and maybe what happened is not, he can't be narrating that because nobody, he's not calling anybody to come and judge. But I think people should just go back to the issue, the reason why he made that reference, giving that testimony, how he narrated what happened, the reason why he narrated that. He didn't just narrate it just for people to come and take side or to come and be the judge. They must have settled it, but the main focus is the having carnal knowledge of people. That is what the man is really talking about. People are not even talking about, okay, oh, this rape of 18 is not good or whatever. They are trying to ask him what happened afterwards. People like ṣØํఢ. When Boko are being recruited into army, what do you expect? The armed forces and police recruit all manner of people to cover up their rotten past. Too bad. That story is a lie because no serving soldier would do such a thing. It's a court-martial case. It's a criminal offense and no officer commanding will tolerate such. The man is not saying that, well, we don't need to be arguing with people. Everybody is entitled to his opinion. Nonchalant behavior needs to be checked among the uniform officers. All I know is that Nigeria Army is the most senseless and ambitionless army in the world. He didn't complete the story. What action did he take? Story. People love story, sha. People love story, sha. You're already condemned spiritually for his invidious acts. I don't know what this one is trying to say. That is the cause of lockdown. Who Konji don't hammer the man. It's a pity. I don't think it's okay. Whether it's happened recently, that is a different ball game entirely. So, what is your reaction when you come back from duty in the barracks and your mother did not shout to attract other neighbors? I think this person did not even understand the question, the story. It's time this okay, what's a wicked soldier? What happened to your colleague then? This is what we call a leak soldier. He worked as backman. He cleans officers' children's bomb and could not act. Rather, he went on how Nigeria is supposed to be a good example for other countries to follow, but reverse is the case. There is no type of bad thing that is not in Nigeria. All manner of things, all manner of vices, is embedded in the country. And someone says, okay, stealing, rape, killing, stealing, yet there's million of people go to churches and mosques. There's no fear of God again in Nigeria. That is always call for prayer for their country. That is embedded on lies and corruption. Okay, this person is just trying to say that upon all the millions of people that troop into church and mosque, yet we still have all this kind of a thing, going on in the country. Are you a fool? You don't know your mom. If it is real, you wouldn't have posted such because of shame. Of course, of course, pure light. Such acts can never go unpunished. The soldier got justice. Read my post on it. Okay, I believe that. Okay, the world has come to a stage where one would intend any good deeds must be careful because such good deeds can be against the individual every night and day. We must seek our Creator's help. The evil that kills a man is not far away. They lurk around, but with the help of the all-knowing God, we get protected. The evil doer will never go unpunished. Of course, they will never go unpunished, but they don't even believe in all of these things. They just believe in temporary enjoyments and anything can happen at the end of the day. So everybody really needs to be careful. I think the person is just trying to talk of how the gravity. I think that is what people need to talk on, and nobody's even, just like from the people who have really responded, they are not even talking on or to condemn this act. They are talking of the story, the man's story. You see what they are talking about, and that was why somebody said a lot of people, when this incident of this who happened in Benin, instead of people to be to condemn it, we are just talking about, and some people are even blaming the girl, that what was she doing in the church during the lockdown, during this, during that, what was she doing there? We know a lot of things must have come up, or must have happened, must have led to that, but people are not even condemning that heart, but they are just busy. Oh, this and that. Oh, next time. Very disgusting. So, guys, let us hear your opinion concerning this. We just need to condemn this thing with all manner of responsibility, with all seriousness. It must be condemned. Leave your comments below and let's have your take.